Dear students, welcome to session 4 of chapter number 1, Computer System Overview. So students, now today we will be studying about mobile system organization. So as we know that mobiles are the tiny computers in our hands. They can perform most of the things that we can do on computers. Like we can access the internet. We can use any application software. We can use our emails. We can chat with our friends. Okay, so these are the tiny computers in our hands. Next thing is they can handle diverse applications. That means they can handle so many applications together. Like communication. We can communicate through mobiles. We can use cameras for capturing pictures. They are touch sensitive. They have a touch sensitive screens on them. We just touch on some app and that app is ready to use. Similarly, next thing is displaying of audio, video, graphic. Any kind of audio, video, graphics are supported by our mobiles. Okay. Now, but the main problem with the mobile is that they have a very little battery backup. Now, this is actually how our mobile system is organized. This is the organization for that. So it has a display subsystem, as you can see here. It has a display subsystem. So it is a touchscreen based display system where we have a touchscreen keyboard and a touchscreen display screens, right? Then we have a camera unit here. Then we have a CPU which handles actually two things. That is, one is the communication process and another one is application process. So communication process is supported by communication processors, and applications and graphics is supported by APU and GPU. Okay, now this communication processor actually is connected to a radio frequency transceiver which contains a SIM into it, which acts like a modem. Okay, any call that comes over here is caught by the transceiver and then passed on to the communication processor, and thus the communication processor can send us the signal and we can receive the call. Okay, now this communication processor is also attached to the codec system, that is the mic and the speaker, right? In mobiles we have mics and speakers also. Mic is to speak, record our sound into the computer, the mobiles, and speaker is to listen to what other is saying, or any file that is present, the video or audio file that is present in the mobiles can be heard with the help of these speakers. Okay, then we have a power management, that is a battery pack is there with the charging unit into it. Then we have a storage, an external storage also is there, which is used to store pictures or graphics or we can say videos, etc. onto it. Then we have another thing, that is the main memory, which consists of ROM and RAM. Let's study them a little more. The central processing unit, actually it is the brain of your smartphone, and it is divided into two subsystems as we have just studied: communication processing unit and application processing unit. So communication processing unit is used for making and receiving calls on your phones. Okay, it is composed of a digital signal processor that coordinates with RF transceiver and audio subsystem. That means whatever signals are passed on through the radio frequency transceiver are received by the communication processing unit and they are passed on to the audio subsystem. Then we have APUs, that is application processing unit. We know that on a computer we used to save many applications. We work with so many types of apps. So it is able to handle different types of apps altogether. Okay, it works like the control unit of the computer. Like in computer we have studied about the control unit. It is controlling all the processing that is being done inside the computer. So same is the case with this application processing unit as well. Okay, now it works in association with GPU. GPU is graphic processing unit, that is responsible for graphical and visual data. So all the graphics and visual data is being processed by the GPUs, and again it is the part of application processing unit only. So graphics, like when you play games, a lot of graphics are there inside the games, or when you watch a movie, at that time again lot of graphics are there in the movies. So it will handle all these things together. Next we come to display subsystem. As I've told you that the display of a smartphone is actually touch sensitive, right? So it does two things. One is it displays the things to us, and it also provides us with a sensitive keyboard, touch sensitive keyboard. So with the help of that, we can just touch and type anything we want. Then there is a memory unit, that means the primary memory or the main memory we are talking about. So it comprises of two types of memories, RAM and ROM, as is the case in computers also. So RAM, whenever we want to open any application, we want to work on any application, so at that time, first of all, that application from the secondary storage device or the external storage device, it gets loaded onto the RAM, and then only we can work on that application, right? And then finally, when the work is done, when we close that app, what happens? That app again goes back to the permanent storage area. Now this RAM actually is again volatile memory only. So that means the contents which are present onto the RAM gets erased as soon as the power is turned off. As soon as, let's suppose the battery is running short. Okay, let's suppose the phone gets switched off all of a sudden. So if any app is there which is being run at that time, will again go back to the permanent storage area, and you'll again have to open that app after getting the power on. Then we have ROM over here, again read-only memory. It's a non-volatile memory. That means whatever is written onto the ROM is non-volatile. That means nothing gets erased even if the power is turned off. So most of the time the operating system is present onto the RAM. Okay, ROM. Then we have storage subsystem. Storage subsystem, like if we have to store our videos or a movie or any picture or any kind of graphics, those are going to be stored in the external storage area. Okay, like the memory chip that we use inside our phones, right? It's an expandable storage of the smartphone. So expandable means that thing only, we can expand the memory of our phone, right? And then again the power management subsystem, it is actually the managing the power of our computer. Power means the battery backup I'm talking about. So it consists of two things basically, the battery unit, okay, where the battery is present, and then a battery charger with the help of which we charge this battery. So students, this is the end of this session 4. So I'll meet you in the next chapter now. Thank you.